Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
You can't do it. On the line.
This Walsh. Tell me what I can and cannot do.
But it's always right when I'm like big breath in, about to okay, and then you just give me a cheeky little and then it just pops me. It just pops my bubble. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good start. Good raucous start to the pod. Speaking of raucous, you took a -24. So
yeah, well,
how'd that go?
It was great. I got 57 -24, so I got 33. It's fine.
It's so good.
It's not that bad.
It's crazy how little it mattered.
I don't care.
You went down 79,000. That's like not that much.
I got some new guys in, and I had a fun new experience watching new guys disappoint me. Mm-hmm. And just like Death and Taxes, Keenan Davis, third on my bench, just gets points because she's an absolute hero legend. For the first time in maybe like 6 game weeks, I didn't actually get him off my bench.
But yeah, that's the downside of the -24, I guess.
Doing it. Yeah, that's the thing you hate to see. But you love watching Keenan play because he's so good. I love him. Mm-hmm. Some things work, some things didn't work. After the pod, I got really, really concerned by this is fine dog about Jota. So I just was like, I'm not going to even.
Oh yeah, you snuck that in without me even knowing.
In the morning, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not dealing with this. Like if I do a -20 and then my fucking Liverpool player doesn't play, like I'm not facing that world.
Yeah. Also, there's no difference between a 20 and a 24. Like once you're that far over the edge, it doesn't fucking matter.
Once you're like insanely high, getting a little more high, there's no difference.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So I brought Mane in and I captained him because I was just getting the tinglings about it. Because I was like, yeah, why not? And it didn't work, so that's great by me. And yeah, Dean got points. Some guys scored, some guys didn't score.
Mane had only like 50 chances to get you points, so.
I didn't even want to look at the underlying stats. How many shots did he have? Like 7 or something?
I didn't look. A lot. I mean,
he had too many shots for me to count.
I didn't listen to that was the worst way to start the weekend for me. Saturday morning, Liverpool nightmare. I was just in a fucking mood for the rest of the weekend. But someone tweeted after the game, like the maddest thing of all after that game is that the hardest chance in the game was Mo's goal, like the 3rd minute.
It wasn't even a chance.
It was just like a turn and hit.
It was a snap, and
then the rest of the game was just 1,000 chances that were fucked.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Death by 1,000 fuck me's.
So it was fun. I never have done it before, and I'm going to probably do it again before the season's over. Maybe this week.
I think the most I've taken is a 16 before a game week 37 double.
I've never gone over 12.
Yeah. I've been known to pop off a little harder, but I'm happy for you to join the party.
How'd you look this week? You did it. You've been good. You're good at this game now.
Yeah, Jeff reminded me that I used to be really good at the end of the season. Remember that used to be a thing? You were good last year. You're good at the end of the season. Yeah. I just assumed the last 2 years I was just dog shit the whole time. I don't really remember, but yeah, I mean, I'm flying. I went up another 120K. So I'm up to 684. If fucking, Vardy had the best scoring chances, no question, of, between him and Iheanacho today. If he scored, I would have been even flying even harder, or if I captained Iheanacho, but didn't really consider that. But yeah, I got a lot of points. The triple Chelsea clean was great. Pereira has been... That was like a master stroke by me. He's been good for me.
You got on for 2 pens in 3 games. That's sometimes that's how it goes.
Penalties are just OP in real life and in fantasy, and it's just not fair. I mean, I was thinking back to preseason when people were asking about Pereira, which always happens. Everyone's excited about the promoted sides and shit, and my comparison was Buendia, and I was like, no, he's just not going to be relevant because, you know, they're similar players. The teams are so fucking bad, like blah, blah, blah. But Pens, that's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, with him, he's sitting on 15 returns, which is, I mean, almost 1 and 2.
Yeah.
What does he have, like 4 open play goals?
He has 4 pens, 5 open play goals.
So he has 5 open play goals and 4 pens. Yeah, I mean, you know, he doesn't have pens. He's a non-entity. He's like just a bad player, bad pick. But with pens, you know, you look at 15 returns, he tacks on a couple more.
Yeah.
Very serviceable option. I mean, he's, you know, he was at 6 to begin the season with.
Yeah.
The issue with it is that, you know, when you're relying on the pens, you never know when they're going to come, and the fixtures are kind of irrelevant.
Yep.
Not irrelevant, but, you know, they're obviously less likely to get a pen when they play City than they are when they play, you know, dog shit team. But, you know, it's those kind of picks. Sometimes they just come in when you need them for a few weeks.
Yeah,
and
just
that's
the
a good
first
job.
off the bench, cheap, nailed pens. Like, that's good.
Yeah,
if someone ticks all those boxes, like, that's a really good guy.
Yeah,
for
that's why people were getting Jorginho earlier. You know, it's like, even though he obviously has no chance of scoring a goal in open play, but it's the same concept. Like, he's 5 million, and, you know, if you have pens, you know, you don't need, you know, you get a pen here or there, and then all of a sudden you got like an 8 or 9 pointer, you know. Right. So yeah, that's a good job by you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been solid for you.
He's been really good. I'm continuing my rise. I'm in by far the best position I've been in all season. I didn't even...
Dude, you saved. I
saved, and I still have Kane and Son.
Yeah, you're good.
So I have 2 frees, and my team is fucking mint. Like, my starting 11 is unbelievably good.
Yeah, you're in good shape.
I'm just going to probably, like, make a weird sideways move and just float the other or something. Just I'm good to go. So that's a good place to be in, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Let's talk about the league. So there is 1 game week left in April. There was some controversy about that because if the game week starts in April, that's how we've always done it. So
yeah, of course,
Friday game,
no controversy.
Well, people just didn't know. You know, Brian out here in first place, New York Groove FC, Brian Whitley.
Knows.
He was like, "Is the game week? Is the mug over?" Yeah. And I was like, "No, sorry." And he was pissed. Yeah. So he's in first. Jonars Kuhnwald, aka Paul Oladimeji, is in second, and Magic Money Tree FC, aka Sean Williams, in third. And then shout out to the leader of the FML Field Public League, Michael Atkins, aka Pedro's Hombres. I told you Nom 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 was fading, and Nom 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 dropped all the way down to 5th. So hate to see it.
Nom 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 anymore.
Hate to see it. Yeah. So where do you want to start, brother?
I don't know, man. What's fun?
I also don't know.
What's fun to talk about?
We got some questions about beach teams, which might be just an interesting conversation in general.
The beach? Okay, let's go to the beach.
I mean, you live near the beach.
It's not wrong.
So it's almost summer. Everyone's going to go to the beach, you know. Chucky Norwich, he said...
Equally as close to the beach.
Huh?
You probably live equally as close to the beach.
Yeah, except mine takes like an hour to get to, and yours takes like 10 minutes.
That's the difference.
Chuck Norris said, with Leeds apparently tightening it up and seemingly no longer the best fixture, who should we be trying to target? Sheffield and West Brom seem obvious, but how about the beach clubs? And then Fat Brian, he said, following on from my colleague Chuck Norrich's question, are Wolves the most on the beach team or Southampton? Are there so many beach teams that it's actually counterproductive for fantasy? I mean,
colleague. I like that a lot.
Yeah, colleague is really good.
In Discord, we're just colleagues.
Everyone's a colleague. Yeah. They're all like employees for the pod.
The beach teams are plentiful in this moment.
There's so many. There's so many.
The Burnley Wolves game was...
What happened?
Wolves just bent over and got absolutely railed. It was nuts. Cody doing... If Cody has to one-on-one defend... It's an actual clown show. It's just, he gets pulled both. It's like he's a 9-year-old
when
with
he
2
was
left
a
feet
kid,
or something.
He was a good defensive mid prospect for Liverpool, and his range of passing is incredible, and his reading of the game is really good. And then he just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
just too slow, unagile.
If he's dribbled at, he's going back, he's fucked. He might as well just sit down.
So fucked. It's rough.
It's like
just Jagielka or something. Yeah,
they just didn't function at all. So, Wood obviously Burnley didn't like Burnley weren't creating loads of chances. They just finished the few that they did create, but
they were like nicking the ball off of the last man and having like 2-on-0s and shit. When you look at the timing chart on Understat, which sometimes is entertaining to look at, that both teams are basically doing nothing first 20-ish minutes, and then Wolves continue to do nothing, and then Burnley just explode with like 4 gigantic chances.
Yeah, so Wolves, it's still a hard thing with Wolves because we're like conditionally trained over the last few years to see them as like a very defensive, like bad, tough whatever team. Yeah, tough team. But they might have just like given up on Nuno, and they have too many players out to like compensate for. Like with Neto out, they have like one less out ball, and you know, Johnny out with Aït-Nouri, and he just feels lightweight, and, you know, Semedo's terrible. They just have a lot of bad play. And then what the fucking Moutinho, right? He's been out for a couple, or is it Neves? Which one? I always get them mixed up.
Neves. I think he has COVID or something.
He has COVID. Yeah, he's been out. Like, they're all of a sudden, you look at their team and they're missing, like, 6 of their projected starters for game week 1, and they don't have replacements.
Right. You know? And there's so many factors that go into like a team being on or off the beach, and we don't know most of them. We're not privy to that kind of stuff. But I also feel like
Neves played last game. It was Moutinho.
Oh, it was Moutinho.
Missed. Yeah.
I feel like it started when they went down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they went into that game and just like, here you go, like freebie all the way. You know, for first 20 minutes, it was competitive. There was like a Podence half chance. It was like, fine, you know, whatever. Neither team was doing anything special. I feel like once they went down and then looked around and were just like, what the fuck are we doing? They can't come from behind when things are going well, you know? And it's just like...
Well, you normally don't come from behind when things are going well. Because you're winning.
You know what I mean? I meant like when the team is playing well. Yeah. But, you know, they go down 2-0, you know, 2 goals within 5 minutes or whatever. I feel like that's when they began to just give up and fuck up and blow everything, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah. They can't score 2 goals in a game.
No.
Like, that's not this team. So when if they give up 2 early goals, the fucking game is well gone.
Yeah.
Wolves, yeah. So I think... The Wolves, I mean, the good thing that also we'll have here is that they play West Brom this week. So obviously we're not like bringing in West Brom players, but we'll get a better idea. Well, no, I mean, we'll get a better idea of how they're looking.
Yeah,
because they do have like Spurs and Everton and Man United to finish the season off. So that could be, you know, those could just be like some joke games. But I think we'll see a lot of, you know, what if they're still playing for Nuno, because I mean, the noise is getting louder that they're going to shit can him, which you know, you like him a lot more than I do, and you know, I think that would be fantastic for them. I think they should do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's a
depends
lot
how many
of
Portuguese
teams,
players he can pick. Probably.
There's a lot of teams in that middle chunk of the table that have a less than 1% chance of, you know, making Europe and a less than 1% chance of getting relegated, and that's just beach territory, beach central.
I don't know why we're getting big on Wolves, but. Oh, because Burnley, right? But, I mean, we're looking also, obviously, at my team, unfortunately. Yeah. Today, just fully in.
First half, totally competent. They weren't good, but they were competent. But second half, oh my God. Oh
did not show up to play.
That was a joke.
There's a difference between competent and not. I mean, we're bad. You know, we've been bad for a long time, and Boy does the things of just like fucking 8 men. Just whatever, and then we try and like, you know, outlast and just last ditch do shit, but we should have given up 4 today.
Yeah,
and you know, we're just a bad team with a lot of really bad players. So I think definitely targeting us is very intelligent.
Yep, I like that.
Who else do you see? Southampton.
Well, some other teams that are in this part of the table.
Burnley
are also clearly not beached, I think. And I think Leeds is a good example, right? They're just mid-table, but Bielsa just wouldn't accept that.
Yeah.
Like, if someone does it,
I'll just make a sub on the 10th minute.
To 10th minute, you're fucking bombed out, not playing again this season. Might sell you, because you're fucking shit. You know? So, like, you can't do that under Bielsa, which I love, obviously. Arsenal are a fucking mess. I don't know what they're like.
Arsenal are a mess.
They're Europa League
but
only.
But not targeted. But you don't target.
You don't
Arsenal.
target them. You don't target.
That's
them.
a difference.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I mean, I still think Burnley are targetable.
Definitely agree with that. 1,000,000% agree with Burnley.
Yeah, they kept it clean versus Wolves, but before that, they just never keep cleans anymore for a long time.
No, because again, we keep talking about this, but they've been pushing the line up, and they're slow, and they just can't recover. Getting in behind them is just fucking hilarious. It's so easy to do as long as you have a somewhat competent team.
Their last clean before this Wolves game was game week 25, 0-0 against West Brom. So that just shows like where they're at. And I mean, winning 3 points is just more reason to not give any more fucks. Like it plays into it. So
yeah.
Newcastle still suck. I still think they're targetable in terms of, they're going to concede tons of chances and let you have the ball for 80% of the game or whatever.
They've been tough this year to peg, dude. I feel like all year with them, they've like not given up a lot of goals when we expect them to, and then they pull out like very weird, good performances. Like,
right.
I feel like we've been on the wrong end of
Maybe
Newcastle
it's because the
more than once this
keepers
year.
are really good.
Yeah, Darlow was good at the beginning.
Like Darlow was really good at the beginning of the season, and now Dubrov is good.
They've been like in crisis, and I feel like we haven't really like exploited them in fantasy that much. Like I don't feel like we've had like captains against Newcastle and been like, oh my god, that was great. I feel like they've just been like fucking us or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of one, but yeah, you're kind of right. It's been a while since they've gotten like
4
thumped.
or 5 all year. Really, they had one game honestly all year.
The blank game week when Brighton fucked them 3-0. That was the last time I remember being like, we're targeting Newcastle, they're trash, and like we actually took advantage of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean,
I think that's about it though. So we got like 4 or 5 teams there. I mean, Sheffield United, obviously, you can throw them into there anyway, any way you want it, but. I mean, West Brom are still kind of like a mad team. They're still like playing. I don't know. They're expressing themselves.
I said this on last pod, and I stand by it now. Is like I prefer attackers against West Brom way more than defenders because
they attack.
They attack relentlessly. Yeah. Like they don't care, And Pereira and Cal Robb at left wing. Why not? Like we're going for it. So
definly.
So I like that a lot for attackers.
Yeah, I agree.
Keenan basically ending their season. I wonder how that'll go. Any like 1% chance of not getting relegated was basically just Keenan the fuck out of there.
Yeah, good player.
I think that's basically it. I mean, Southampton we didn't mention. Where are we at on Southampton? Where are we at on Ralph? Where are we at on Southampton? They're very, very confusing.
We've been avoiding them like for 4 months, I feel like,
they're
talking about
so
them.
Confusing. They're so Jekyll and Hyde. They're fucking all over the place all the time.
Well, the big thing this year, I think the story of their season was just Ings not being fit, right? Like he's been in and out, and they've gotten little windows of him playing for a few weeks, but they have no goals in this team. I mean, their auxiliary goals are Che Adams, who, he's gotten a few, but he misses. Che's at 7, but he misses fucking chances for fun.
Che is not real.
He's not a goal. And then they have like Theo, who's a joke.
He was Redmond, actually really good when he first got there, but obviously he got hurt.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he was good for 5 games or whatever. But even when he's good, he's not scoring anymore. He has 2 goals this season. 2.
Insane.
Like Redmond,
Minamino started
2 goals a year.
2 games. He scored 1.
So I mean, their goals are on. If it's not Che. Yeah. Who's not prolific without Ings is just pens or
the other
indirect
thing
pieces.
With Southampton is that they've conceded the second most goals in the league.
Yeah, which their defense is
I wouldn't have seen coming.
Comical. They need to buy a fucking goalkeeper more than any team in the league. They need a goalkeeper.
Totally
so
agree.
Fucking badly.
Fully agree. Also, I guess a bunch of their defenders missed time. Romeu after the season.
Yeah, Vestergaard missed a big gap.
Yeah, and even fucking Walker Peters missed time. They didn't have a backup right back. Yeah. So maybe that contributes a lot, but they're so erratic. They can concede 3 to West Brom. They lost 3-0 to them 2 games ago.
I mean, honestly, like this team on paper, I think to me it's like Ralph that they even are safe,
right?
Because the team is
really bad.
It's really,
very
really bad. It's
low
a really,
quality.
really imbalanced, bad, young, rogue-ass fucking players from weird leagues that are bought and brought in, and like no one's really working out. Or
he should fucking leave. What the hell is there?
Or they get like Theo Walcott, and it's a mess. It's just a mess of a squad.
They used to
and
be
the defense is horrible.
Ultimate gem transfer market
Lallana,
gem team. All the fucking
young English players, Shaw, Bertrand when he was younger and good, Toby,
Theo when he was young, Bale when he was young, Mane from Red Bull. Like Mane. They fucking got guys, and I feel like they haven't hit on a transfer like a young guy in so long.
Yeah.
VVD,
no, it's tough.
Like they used
VVD,
to be
right? How could we forget?
Farmed by the Big Six teams, and now they're just not. It's like Leicester stole their entire transfer committee or something, and now they're good at it.
It's funny too, like watching like the promoted teams like have such a hard time to like stay up.
Yeah,
and like that gets. I feel like they should change the rule where if you get promoted, you're immune to relegation for that year. Because it's like you
just want more.
They don't have a chance. Like they genuinely like don't really have a fighting chance
unless you have like
a
promoted world-class manager, which is like
Leeds.
1 in 100, or you have Wolves' money, which is also like 1 in 100,
or you win 1-0, or you win every 1-goal game all year, like Sheffield United. But like you get
and then
promoted,
you get fucking annihilated the next season because it balances out.
Yeah, but it's like you get promoted usually by like with loan players, and then you come up and your team's like, well, what do we do now? Or, there's just all these things that suck. So but like a team like, and I'm saying this why, because like Southampton, obviously Ralph does the Ralph things, but like it's not hard. And same with like Burnley, like it's not hard to imagine this team doing very poorly like next year. I'm not saying that they're going to get relegated at all, because there are probably going to be 3 worse teams than them, and they have Ralph, who's a fucking genius manager.
Well,
great
they have
manager,
Norwich, Watford, Palace, Newcastle. Like these teams are going to be in the league. So
Southampton, I don't know. I'm feeling like next year, like fading them. I mean, I think we were both pretty off Southampton this year.
Yeah, I don't even know who I had from Southampton.
What's good? I mean, we both had Ings. I had KWP.
We obviously never had JWP.
About them. Like, I just don't see anything really to get excited about looking at them, projecting them out to next year.
If they bought a good keeper and say Vestergaard comes in at like 4-5, which he probably will, that's good. I like that. Like, I still rate him really high if they had a better keeper and some depth and like...
Maybe.
Yeah, they have no depth in any of the defensive positions, and they have no depth at their 2 central midfield positions.
Imagine if JWP got hurt.
Yeah, they sell Højbjerg and are just like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Romeo.
Yeah, no one.
Not going to buy anyone else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're so weird.
Rough.
They're so weird.
Yeah, it's rough.
So, yeah, I still like targeting them. They concede so many goals.
Yeah, they're just not a good team right now. Yeah. They have nothing to play. Yeah, I mean, none of these.
Yep. So that's the beach section.
I like Southampton too. Like I've usually enjoyed watching them each season.
They've been sort of a darling-ish for the last while. Overperforming, good managers, good young players.
Good kit. I like good kits. Yep, even before they had the sash, I like the stripe. I like them. I like them, but I don't know. I'm very, very disappointed with them this year.
Yeah,
it's very
they're
frustrating.
Trending downwards for sure.
Yeah, and like not fun to watch really either.
Yeah,
but Ings could be an interesting. I mean, he's because he's still when he plays, he's just always in and around.
Yeah, he hasn't really.
This is the thing that was different than last year, right? When last year we were like, you get him when he's. The injury-prone players, like that doesn't really exist. But like, if you did that with Ings and you're spending 7 transfers on him this season if you want him when he's fit, because he got hurt every 4 games, and it's just it's a nightmare.
And half of them were secret injuries that we didn't know about, and he just missed 2 games.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, he still has 10 goals in 1,900 minutes. Still fucking good.
Yeah,
like he's just good.
Minutes and 6 more goals. That's good.
That's good return.
Maybe he'll be underpriced next year.
Yeah. Yeah. It's getting towards the part of the season where thinking about next year is becoming extremely fun. Because it's the most fun part of the season anyway.
Yeah, because there's hope.
There's hope. Before it's,
Before game week 1 ends and you're like, I'm actually bad at this game.
Can't believe these two guys didn't start and none of my guys kept it clean. And yeah, here we go again.
How did Pep not start Foden?
Oh my God. Yeah, Foden, dude. Trap number 1 next season is 9 million Foden.
Yeah. What's next?
We got some questions. We could just do some questions.
Yeah, let's check it out. Check us out.
So Ritzy D, he basically just wants some wild punts. He wants a lot of points. He said, I'm 90 points behind first in my mini league. Don't care about OR. Time for a -8 every week to punt on catching the top scorer. Any standout matchups you fancy for goals in the run-in, or any sexy wild punts in general for the last few games? So I don't know. I figured we could just, if there's anyone on the tip of your tongue that's like looked particularly good, maybe we could just shout them in this moment. But it's kind of hard.
Yeah. I think a big thing with this is like the week-to-weekness of it, because I'm like players, when you're looking at total like differential punts, like we play Sheffield United. After we play City, we have Sheffield United, Villa, and we have a double with Southampton floating. Like I don't know when that's going to be, but if it's in
you're talking
35,
Palace?
Palace, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said we. But like if the Southampton fixture gets to 36, like if you can buy, some Palace people for
Wilf,
Sheffield United, Villa, Southampton with a double, like for that little window. Yeah, like Eze, Wilf, PVA or something. You could get, you could 5 or 6 points.
Yeah, you could absolutely spike. No. No, Wilf. I like Wilf. I don't know if I'd go Eze or PVA, but I do think Wilf
was really
could do
bad in the
stuff.
second half today, but yeah.
The whole team was. I mean,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, Wilf is always a threat. So, I mean, I'm just going with the Palace homer there, but what anything you want to throw in? We could be kind of ping pong it.
I mean, I kind of agree with your assessment that to me, it's more like this week I want blah, 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 because they're playing, one of the teams we outlined, rather than like, because most of the guys who I'm like, they're really good for the run-in, it's like, Iheanacho, like we have him, like everyone has him. The guy who's like fucking Liverpool, destroying you in your mini league, guess what? He has Iheanacho.
Yeah. Like Liverpool after the Man United game, home Southampton, West Brom, Burnley. Yeah. So you want to probably have 3, even though they can't seem to score more than 1 goal a game, but you want to have a few of them. They don't have any other fixtures. So Everton too, we know that they're going to have a double. I mean, I still like Dean a lot. I mean, they play pretty defensively. I actually wanted to talk to you about Everton because the more and more I watch Rich and DCL play together, the less and less I think it works, like at all. I feel like it's an actual problem. What do you think? Do you think that they
I think I have a lot of remnants from early in the season when DCL scored every week and everything kind of just worked. And so I think that's like clouding my judgment of how bad they've been for months, because they have been really bad for months.
I mean, DCL scored 3 total goals, and he's missed a couple games, but 3 total goals since game week 11.
Yeah.
From game week 12 to game week 33, he has 3 goals.
It's not that dissimilar to last season, like just the complete fall off and inability to score, which is definitely concerning.
I don't know. That's the problem to me watching them.
To me, it's not a Richarlison thing, and it's more just the overall way the team's playing, the midfield, the lack of fullbacks, and up until last game, basically no fullbacks. They're starting 4 or 5 center backs every week, and that kind of stuff. I think they can coexist. Yeah, I think they can coexist. They're kind of like a old school big and a small, like a big guy and a fast guy in that way.
Rich is big.
Yeah, but he's
not a creator. Like,
no, but I'm saying like he could get behind, like DCL can control the ball, flick the ball on, and Rich can get behind, but it doesn't seem to work that way ever.
DCL does not hold up and then turn. Like he holds up and then passes to back. Like he's.
We've also covered that he can't really pass. which is also
that's the thing. But that's why they
also
don't work as a two. Like he can't flick on. He needs to. He's good at holding up to bring the midfield up, but then he needs to be the receiver of like the header or the last touch before the goal thing.
No,
I feel
mean,
like whenever I watch them, like they go into the same, like they want to be doing sort of the same things, and like Rich like is. He's been fucking my head so hard this year, Rich. Like every game I watch him play, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like every game, I don't know. I feel like he's just because I feel like that's why the balance. That's why the balance is so bad because they're both playing, and it's not just DCL and then like another like creative player in midfield or something.
Right.
Like
no, you might be onto something. Yeah, I mean. We have this like idea of Rich in our head of being like a left winger who cuts in, but he's really just a striker who also can't really pass.
Yeah,
like
he's
so they
very
both
confusing.
They both can't hold up really. They both can't really pass. They both just want to get in the box and shoot. Which that does seem to be a bit of a problem. Maybe you're onto something there. I just don't like. Why did it work for the first 3 months of the season? That's I guess my follow-up question. Because it was working. Like they were fluid and good and maybe it was just James. Like
Rich also only played 3 games, and then he
maybe that's why it worked.
Got a red card. Yeah, got a red card, so
against
he didn't
Liverpool.
Play.
Yeah, against Liverpool
for a few of those games. But yeah, I mean, there was the West Brom game. That was the 5-2. That was fucking insane.
That was against 10 man also. So
yeah,
like,
and then the Spurs game, which they should have scored way more than one. They destroyed them the first game of the season, and then they played a few bad teams. Kind of, you know, I don't know. The more I've seen them throughout the season, it's just like the two of them together just don't seem to do the things.
Yeah, I think James is a big part of it too, right? I mean, he started the first 6 games of the season. He started 10 out of the first 11 games of the season.
Yeah,
he hasn't had close to that long of a run since then, except for right now. He played 4.
Now he's got 4 in a row.
That's huge for him. But because the way they worked early in the season was just everyone get the ball to James and he'll do all of the passing. Yeah. DCL and Rich can both make runs, can both try and score, can both do whatever the fuck they want, and James will find the best option.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe like too much was on his shoulders, and then once he was out, it just kind of like I don't know. But
they also did shift to playing with just like ultra defensively when their midfield got hurt, and the squad.
They kind of had to.
There's a lot of reasons, but I'm just saying more than just the two of them. Like I don't know. I'm struggling with that. And I'm at the phase of thinking about next season, and I'm like trying to make in my head like what to make of this team. Like what is Everton? Like I just don't know.
Right.
Yeah. But I know I want James, and I haven't had him all year, so that has to happen soon.
Yeah, I mean, really, no one. Yeah, I really think maybe just too much was on James, and once he was out of the picture, they don't have
creative.
They have no other creative player in the team. Like Gomes is a fine passer, but he progresses the ball from deep or from midfield. He doesn't create.
And you mentioning him, I mean, the Arsenal game was on full display when he was pushed up and trying to progress the ball into the final third. He was fucking awful. It looked like Bruno trying to do it. Like it was just to the other team every single time.
And he's also Gomes. Like he's also hurt all the time. So, it's not like they're like relying on that. Siggy, it was never a number 10. That was just like a made up thing at Swansea. He was always the goal scorer. Like he's not like a creator.
I wonder if fucking Delph, dude, has been out like all year. He showed up last game for 20 minutes and he was not good. But I always have liked him. Like I feel like he could do a job. Has he been hurt?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
I have no idea. Dude, he hasn't played like all year.
Yeah, because they haven't had like any midfielder. So if he wasn't hurt, he would have played. But I mean, Bernard, they just need another creative guy.
They need another like 5 players, unfortunately, for Everton. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably get it. They spend a lot of money, and Carlo's not going to be satisfied. If they want to keep Carlo, they'll have to spend more money. So that's a thing. Okay. Got 2 questions on Jota. Camille said, what do we do with Jota? And Jeff D said, I own Kai and Jota, which is the bigger problem. Are they both fine to hold? Which I love as the follow-up of which is the bigger problem and are they both fine to hold?
Yeah, that's like when a negative and a negative is a positive.
Yes, right? Exactly.
I think Kai's a bigger problem because they have these Champions League games coming up. and it's just like, who the fuck knows what they're going to play, who's playing, and if they give a shit. So in that vacuumous question, then that's where I would go with that one. But Jota,
he lost the magic touch.
Actually, like a drunk person on Saturday. The way he was playing was mind blowing.
So bad.
It was mind blowing. I would be actually stunned if he starts on Sunday. So I would just bench him.
Yeah, I'm benching him this week.
If you're not interested in hitting and doing like in air quote fun things, then you probably bench him here because I expect the front three and then a midfield three at Old Trafford this weekend. But then again, the last 4 games really good games. They look good. They are good, and the team that I watched play Newcastle, if they put that performance in similarly against these 4 teams at the end of the season, I expect 12 goals in those 4 games.
That's the thing.
So I think Jota, I'd rather hold and bench. And
I'm with you. And
what do you think about Mane here, though? Should I just fucking blindly hold him?
Just fucking hold him. Who gives a shit? He's gonna. The thing is that one of the other takeaways that I got from Newcastle is that, well, we talked about when Fab is not in midfield, we don't keep clean sheets. So I think that Klopp recognized that and appropriately set up the team to score a lot of goals by starting all 4 of them, saying, okay, they're probably going to score. We need to score 3 to comfortably win this game. And they created more than enough to score 3. So I feel like that's going to be the approach in the must-win games, not United, the other must-win games. So I'm with you. But it was fucking awful to watch. God.
It was really bad listening to the review.
I didn't fucking listen.
Neil's his main point was that they really need to not play games for 2 months, 3 months wearing a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah. Well, too bad.
That's what he's like. Yeah, exactly. But that's where he was like, that was his takeaway. It was like, this team needs to stop going to work together.
Oh my God.
And they needed to not see each other for a few months and then come back and try and regroup.
As much as it's going to be great to have fans next season, most of the good players in the league are going to be so fucking wrecked from Euros.
Yeah.
And no break. It's just a disaster. It's a disaster for football.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch, but disaster. Okay. Last question was T.O. Chucky said, double Leeds D for the run-in. 5 very cleanable fixtures. Dallas and Struijk could be good. Don't forget about Meslier, too. I like the Meslier pick.
Yeah, I think everyone is getting very, very overboard about Leeds defense because the last 3 fixtures, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, they played just differently than they played all season. Mm-hmm. And when they're about to play these fucking shit-ass teams, I think it's going to be back to being wide the fuck open, everyone going forward, and all the things happening. So I have Dallas. I like the Dallas pick because he isn't a defender.
It's
so
a different,
when that happens,
it's a different class.
I think you're absolutely fucking stone nuts to bring in a second Leeds defender.
But I still like Meslier. I shouted him last pod.
Yeah, a goalie, whatever. He's 4'7".
He'll make tons of saves. They'll probably get a clean or 2 in this stretch. That's good. That's a good floor.
If that's what you're needing to do, then that's fine.
Yeah. That's it question-wise. Unless there's something else you want to talk
Rafinha,
about.
Dude. Leeds, too, we were talking about. They need Rafinha back so bad.
Yeah,
it's just astonishing how much worse they are. Yeah, I'm very not happy with Bamford.
He'll be fine, dude. That was a tough game. He'll be fine.
No, I know, but I just watching them without Rafinha is just they don't have any good players. And without Rodrigo, they have no good players.
No, he'll be
all right. They do not have one good attacker behind Bamford.
That's the magic of Bielsa.
But that hasn't happened all year.
It's gonna work.
All right.
Anything else you want to touch on, or should we just jump to our teams and shit?
I don't know. I feel like so we have midweek this week, right? We have Champions League, so we got
Champions
City,
League and
Chelsea,
Europa,
Arsenal, Man United. So a lot of big teams playing games. So
so I'm doing the Goodman ESL pod Thursday afternoon, and then we're doing Friday My Life Patreon pod Thursday night. So that's a lot of action. Yeah.
West Ham were bad.
Oh my God. I mean,
so maybe that was the beginning of the end. We've been talking about
but
this.
You know what's funny though is like on Live FPL, you can look at like the ownership stats and all that shit in your rank tier. And so in like top 10K,
I'm
it's
so
like,
glad I've never gone to that website.
oh, it's fun to look at, I think, sometimes.
That's fun?
But it's just fun because this is why it's fun. Let me finish the statement. Because up in the top 10K and whatnot, like everyone captain normal people. Like everyone captain Mo, Iheanacho, like blah, blah, blah. And my rank tier, Bruno by far most captain, second Lingard by far. And I was just like, that's my fucking rank tier right there. Those are my people.
These are my people.
They're capping Lingard, home, Chelsea. Like, oh my God. Fuck off. Man. Yeah, Chelsea. It was a normal Tuchel Chelsea game, which like kind of we know kind of what that is at this point, which is just complete and utter dominance and control.
Timo though, dude.
Yeah.
He's insane.
It's going to be hard to not get him in my team next season, I'm not going to lie. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
It is actually the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yes.
He's so good, and he's been so bad this year.
Yes.
He just...
It's wild.
I mean, he scored... Even he could score the goal he scored. Like, even he didn't figure out a way to fuck it up this
whoever
year.
that guy was on the coach home said it perfectly. Like, everyone blames, like, confidence and, like, form, blah, blah, blah. Like, that was a reaction shot. Like, he didn't have time to think about that shot. That was...
Well, no, that was a tap-in.
But I'm saying, like, a reaction in terms of, like, he didn't have time to, like, set himself and shoot. Like, the ball bounced to his feet, and he kicked the ball. And he just fucked it. You know, like, it was, like, a technique issue. It wasn't fucking confidence, you know? It was just, like, I don't know.
What are they going to fucking price this guy at next year?
Unpriceable. He's just, like...
8?
Anywhere between 8 and 10 is, like, fine.
10? There's no way he can be like 9-5.
He has 6 goals, 6 assists. We were just talking about Pereira. If you take away Pereira's pens, it's 5 goals, 5 assists. It's the fucking same as Timo. Like, what?
Oh my God, Timo.
And are we gonna get him in Euros? I want him.
No, dude.
I feel like he's just gonna tear it up.
He's not in form. I think Germany
can't argue with that.
Germany or not, I think they're a fade. I honestly think
they've been on the
fade.
downturn a lot. Yeah.
You got fucking butt crack sniffer, last hurrah. Don't trust them.
I mean, you can't trust them
at all. We'll get there. We'll get plenty of. We have actual full. Our longest pods are going to be the Europods.
Well, it's just so fun to talk about.
So excited.
There's so many new things.
Excited.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it, dude.
It's a whole
fucking
new
almost
world.
May, finally, it's almost May.
Our
third
closer. Eye opens, and we're able to just look at this whole new exciting.
It's just like
thing.
Who gets recovered balls? Give me all the center backs.
Oh my God!
Every day that we go to sleep and then wake up is one day closer to Euros.
When does it actually start?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I also fucking love that it's still branded Euro 2020. They just won't change it. They won't pay the graphic designer another $50 to just change the zeros to ones.
No. We got it through.
I told you, no fucking redos, no backsies.
It's June 11th.
June 11th.
The location is Europe.
Love that.
Love that.
Great location for the Euro. So, game week 38 is May 23rd. So it's 2.5 weeks, and then Euros.
That's all you need.
Unreal.
Dude, do you think Frank de Boer needs more time than like 5 training sessions to get them within shape?
Premier League history. It's so good. I'm so excited.
I can't fucking wait.
All right, let's go to our teams and wrap this shit up.
You start today, please.
Well, I kind of previewed. I don't even know where to spend my transfer. I honestly don't know where to spend my transfer. As of now, my bench is Pereira first on the bench, Jota second on the bench. As we said, I don't expect him to start.
Yeah.
And Pereira has a good fixture. And the rest of my starting lineup is great. I mean, probably one of my Chelsea guys won't start. I just expect that every week now. But that just means I'm getting Pereira, home Wolves, and that's not bad. But everywhere else is just really good. I mean, even someone like Lingard, we were just talking about how bad West Ham were. He's at Burnley.
Fixtures,
fucking great. Like, I'm not taking him out for that.
I mean, I think it's got to be a Chelsea player is where I would look there, right? I mean, you
transfer
got Mendy,
one out,
Rudiger,
you think?
Christensen, yeah. I mean, they have a good fixture, but you don't know who's playing, and you know that. I think that he's gonna play Rudiger, Tilv, and Assfuck in Champions League. So I feel like Bodgers is more safe for the Fulham game. So I mean, I would look at Rudiger, transferring him out and trying to next level it there, because
he's started every game except 2, and both of them started the last 2 also. That's hard. That's a hard sell for me. Because
they also have City and Leicester and Arsenal. Like, they don't have like good fixtures, so it's not like you want to have them anyway.
That is true. Could get Could
because you could just or Mendy, dude. Even just doing Mendy, because Kepa could play any game.
That's true.
If you're happy with your bench, and honestly, you have no other players in your team that are in any other competitions. You don't have any Arsenal players, you don't have any Man United players, and you don't have any City players. Maybe you just.
I'm writing this down as you're talking. Probably one of my Chelsea guys. Yeah, I think you're actually spot on there. And I think, honestly, because I have the bench depth, Mendy is a bigger problem than the center backs. Because if he doesn't play, who the fuck knows with Forster and the second worst defense in the league, that's just like a potential 0. Versus the others, it's like, whatever, I get a sub.
Yeah, maybe you get your boy Meslier. You fucking love him.
Ooh.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
You could do that.
Yeah, I like that.
But you could also get Dallas.
Diamond Dallas Page is really good.
Instead,
actually, I can't afford him. No, I can't afford him. I have nothing in the bank.
Can't afford him. Well, you can if you use both your transfers.
I could double move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I think that the rest of your team outside of the Chelsea players, actually, we didn't talk about Spurs and the fucking shambolic mess that they are. What are we making of Spurs playing Sheffield United this week?
The amount that I care about their data point against a Man City who's actually trying
doesn't matter.
So insignificant to me. I just couldn't care less.
All right.
That's really where I'm at.
Okay. So you think they'll just show up and just win because they're playing Sheffield United?
I think Kane is a great pick. I think Son's a solid pick at least for Sheffield, Leeds, probably Wolves too.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on Captain Kane as of now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What are you looking at captain wise?
Dude, I mean, who's going to be in my team next game week?
Yeah, Liam's question was, who's the best differential cap shot for the week? So obviously not Kane to answer that question.
Well, I think
Vardy is still a differential cap. Coon. But you can't legally cap him. That sucks.
I'm answering the question.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It sucks that you can't follow your shout. Coon. Interesting. Because he probably won't play.
There's no fucking way he's going to play. I mean, Jesus, maybe it's both of them, but if Kuhn's been theoretically training, and if he's on the bench midweek and plays 0 seconds, which we all expect, and continues to train, I would be very surprised if he doesn't start against us.
It's actually a great shout.
Yeah, it's a great shout.
Yeah, it's a great shout.
I mean, I'm going to be bringing him in.
But you can't cap him, so you're just bringing him in.
Yeah. I'll vice cap him, and I'll captain.
Is that allowed?
I'll captain Kepa.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, is that allowed? You're fucking cheating the system over here. Who's another differential cap?
There are so many captain options this week, honestly, dude.
Are there?
Yeah, I mean, Leicester, Southampton, you could do.
Yeah, Vardy, Ori, and Nacho are great shouts.
Yeah, City play Palace. I mean, if you want to just go for someone and try and swerve. I mean, we have actually a lot of games of, Pep teams in later stage of group or later stage of Champions League right now to kind of anticipate who's going to play. Like, it's going to be Kev, Bill, like Foden. He's not going to play Jesus. He's not playing a striker. So. I mean, Rad's not playing, so knowing that, and just looking at that Palace game, you could calculate. Mahrez is going to play Champions League,
right?
You could calculate. You could do some calibrations there and roll the dice.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Chelsea are home, Fulham. I wouldn't cap.
I don't think Lingard's nuts. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah,
and it's the last game of the weekend, so
which is really nice.
X hope for multiple days, which is rare.
Big hope.
You love to see. I mean, you tell me that they're not going to get behind that Burnley line a few times this game and score a few. Will. I'd be surprised. I think that's going to be a very, very easy game for West Ham to win. Yep. So I like that. And then
Arsenal have Newcastle, but I don't think there's anyone there, unfortunately.
No, yeah, that's the main issue.
That's the bait. So yeah, we just named a lot of caps. So I'm on Kane as of now. Right. Vice on Vardy. I'll fuck around maybe with Kuhn or
Kane's
something.
Kane's definitely going to be like.
Yes.
So many people.
Everyone's going to be on Kane. The only reason that might not be the case is because so many people sold him.
Okay.
But I just assume everyone's going to get him back in and cap him. But who knows what people do?
People do crazy shit.
Yeah, people are unpredictable. Yeah. That's why I don't like them.
So what should I do? Who should I kill? Who should I fuck? Tell me what to do.
Well, PVA has City, so that's bad. Yeah, but you just put Son in.
Yeah, PVA is on the bench.
PVA is on the bench.
I definitely want to get rid of Greenwood.
Why?
Fuck him, dude.
Okay.
He didn't score with every shot this weekend. I don't want him anymore. Definitely getting rid of him. He's gone.
So how much money for a midfielder?
10-1. But I want to get Kuhn in.
Oh, right. I forgot. Okay, so, well, you're obviously getting rid of Bamford, I guess, because you're not happy with him, even though I don't like that.
No, I want to trust you with Bamford. I'm not committed to that.
So you're getting rid of Keenan?
That feels bad.
Yeah. It's like either Iheanacho, no. Keenan is like your favorite player.
Are there any 4.0 million midfielders?
Probably.
I don't think so.
Added late.
4.0?
Maybe someone got added late. No, 4-1's cheapest. Ollie Burke, lone man at 4-1.
Oh, close. Okay. I mean, I obviously don't care. I'll just take 4 hits. It doesn't matter. But I mean, I don't want to get rid of Keenan, but I obviously don't give a shit about getting rid of Keenan. He doesn't fucking play on my team.
Fair.
So I mean, I could do Kuhn and Greenwood. I'm also like very unhappy with Son.
You want to banish him? It's funny that he lasted your minus 24. Like blanking Son. Just like totally fine keeping him blind.
I know. I don't know, dude. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
He was crying on the pitch of the cup final.
Yeah, he deserved to. Deserved to be crying, the fucking bitch. I don't know, dude. This is a joke.
This is stupid to talk about. You can just have your fun and tinker Kuhn and figure it out. Yeah, you need to just make the money work, but you'll figure out a way.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I have a feeling Greenwood, Mane, Keenan are not going to be in your team.
Mane's tough because you know that low key Mane is like a really big reason about why my season failed. Because remember when I like shifted like game week 3 or something to get him and Mo, and he proceeded to be absolute dog shit for like 2-3 months.
Well, for the whole season, basically.
Yeah, well, then it ensued for the whole season. But I thought that was going to be like my big diff.
Yep.
Because I was like, wow, my team looks so sexy right now with all the things, and it was just
he got you like 2 assists in 8 game weeks or some shit.
Yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah,
but I still watch him though, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love him. I love him, dude. I just do. I don't know. I always have loved him.
He's an incredible player. He always has been.
I fucking love him. I just love him.
Yeah. It's sad to watch him just like have a nightmare over and over again, recurring nightmare. Like,
no, it might be Bamford. We'll be honest here.
Yeah,
I mean, hit Bamford in for Man United and then hit him straight out is very good for me.
No comment. People don't come here for advice, baby. We got no Patreon signups this week. Oh, what a coincidence. Oh, interesting.
Is this the beginning of the end?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
It
People are fade FMLPL is the new trend. It's the new fetch.
Yeah. That's a new subreddit.
What did we say at the end of last pod that I liked? I said any last word? Oh, you said like, see you tomorrow. It's pretty good.
Hey,
I was like, what? And you're like, I don't know.
See you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow. Check us out at FMLPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLPL Sports. /FMLPL. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.